I confused because she was standing
No, you
still.
don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. It's fine. He's like, this is not our thing.
Hi, I'm Siobhan.
Hi, I'm Ashu.
I'm Sean.
Hi, I'm Leah, and this is
ZULA
ChickChats. So today we'll be talking about office relationships. So first of all, let's start off with whether you think it's even appropriate to date your colleagues. Anybody can go first.
I think it depends on who your colleague is. So
Okay.
I think there are some cases where it's clear cut is a no. So when it's your supervisor or when it's your intern, because there's the balance of power is not there.
Okay.
And that's where like whoever who is being hit on can feel intimidated if they're below that person.
Yeah.
But then if it's like from a different department, and as long as it doesn't interfere in like how you perform at your job, then I think it's fine.
But then you see one of TV's best romances, right? Grey's Anatomy, Meredith and Derek, right? So that was intern supervisor, and that was worked out just fine. So I think it doesn't matter so much the power,
That's
but
not real.
more so it's not so much about the power, but I think it's about how you handle it. If you can put it aside, put it at the door once you enter the office, you know, and you don't show the favoritism, then it doesn't really matter whether he's your CEO or not.
But I feel it's not about how you handle it. Sometimes it's about how other people perceive it. So people will always see that as a sore point. Like this person is dating a supervisor, and that's why he's getting this opportunity or getting this raise, even if that person is genuinely good at his job.
It depends on the culture. For example, is your boss the kind that, you know, encourages workplace romance? Because, okay, I came from an F&B environment, and F&B was a very corporate environment. And actually, a lot of people will encourage to get together so that you will keep the entire couple in the company.
Oh my
Because
god.
the reason why a lot of people left is because they didn't have time to date. So
Okay.
it's like the solution is, okay, so why not just get people within a company to date each other?
At my old workplace, it was an accounting firm, and people are encouraged to date each other as well, because like they have no life, what. So
Yeah,
they only
same.
can date your colleagues. But no, it's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but what happened is that if let's say they do date each other, a lot of times HR will transfer one of them to another department.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's fair. Like I think that's fair. It doesn't. I feel that that's the most important point. It doesn't affect your work.
Yep.
Like when it comes to a point where like there's showing favoritism, or like, you know, your work is affected because you cannot work with the person on the same project because you're too busy doing other things and not the project. Then like there's no point in having it in the same team. But in different teams, I think it's okay lah. Then the next question would be, how will you feel if you see your colleagues start like dating?
Depends on which colleagues.
Yes.
Also.
Yeah,
It really depends.
It really depends.
Yeah.
Okay,
Some
okay.
you'd be happy for, some you'd be like, really?
Why?
Like you don't approve of them.
Yeah, as in some who maybe you see as more mature can handle an office relationship versus some who will get all like lovey-dovey in the pantry, you know?
I'm pretty cool with it, but it's just that, you know, it will attract, you know, unwanted attention.
Usually for me, I give no Fs about it because it's like not my business, and whatever you want to do in your personal life, just go ahead and do it.
Yep.
But I think that the issue is like when you see it have like around the office
In the
if they're-
pantry.
in the pantry, you know, late night when you OT.
I
like,
think it depends on like who the people are lah. Because like there are some people who would treat the workplace as a dating ground.
Really?
Who?
There are a lot. No, I'm not mentioning people. But,
Oh no.
but,
Okay.
but there are people like that. Like they will like whenever like a new fresh meat comes.
fresh meat. The fact that you say
All
fresh,
fresh
meat, it's like
But I
hello,
know of
Sean.
guys that actually call it fresh meat. Like, they
and that's the
call-
culture in some
Oh,
industries.
Jesus,
Like
okay.
the guys will be very excited when they see like
New girls.
new girls come in or female interns come in, and then they will start to like
They
Like
actually
Yeah.
go
competition,
out there.
is it?
yeah, and they'll set their target.
Walao,
Yeah.
that one. That is something that I cannot, like, I don't approve of lah. Like it's a borderline sexual harassment at workplace.
What if they break up, right? What happens then? How
true.
do I have to take a side? Do I have to choose a colleague that I'm going to favor, you know, have lunch with, that kind of thing?
So the next question is, we talk about like if you see your colleagues, right? So what will you do if you see someone you're interested like in at work?
It's never happened before because like I will actively remind myself not to get into an office romance. So it's quite different because you already decided not to. So you will, you know, go great lengths to just avoid such a situation.
Yeah.
But let's say you have feelings for a colleague. Like I said, it's very hard to prevent that, and you spend so much time together. I think it's okay if you want to get to know the person while you're still working, but to actually get together, maybe like wait till one person leaves the company.
I would pursue it only because I think I'm mature enough to kind of handle it.
I would want to get to know the person a
Yeah.
bit more, because sometimes you might be interested on the surface level, but then when you get to know the person more, you might realize that okay, this person is not a long term kind of partner for you. So I would get to know the person more, and if it turns out well, then I would pursue it lah. Because I feel like it's very difficult to meet people in general.
I think that for office relationships, I'm like chef, it's like it cannot happen in the first place because when it happens, it's going to be super complicated. So even if I find someone attractive or I see them like, oh, the other partner, the girl damn cute or something like that, right? I'm not going to go actively pursue it unless we happen to like work in a project together and I get to know him better through other circumstances. I won't go out of the way to get to know him better, you see. It's like I feel like office relationships, right? You need to control your social media a lot. Because although yes you're together and everybody knows that you're boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, right? People will still talk. To keep it off like social media, everything is gonna be something that you have to do, and whether you want to sacrifice that lah. Because if you're in a relationship, you want to show that you're in a relationship with the person, right? Rather than like hide it from people and stuff. Right?
I think like the saying goes, don't shit on me.
Yes, it's
so
true.
There's a reason why people say that.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of risk involved. If you are working together, there's some chance that you develop some kind of like infatuation. Because there's a lot of common ground. You will start to think like, oh, like I have so much in common with this person. But that's only because you're working together.
Yeah.
You work on the same projects, you know a lot about each other, things to talk about. But if you actually move on to different companies, then you realize that, maybe at that point of time it was just like, this guy had a lot of like physical interaction with me, and that's the only reason why that I actually bothered to even consider him.
One of the previous companies, like upper management had relationship between each other, and so there were arguments and things like that. It was very awkward because you hear it and then you can't acknowledge it because I guess no one knows about it, but everyone knows about it lah. So it's just a very awkward environment when they fight, and it's the whole office just like.
Wait, they fight in the office?
In the pantry lah.
What the fuck?
No
but really, they like fight publicly.
They do.
About work or
about work stuff, but then you can tell that there's a lot of passion in it, and so it makes it very awkward because you know the history as well.
Yeah.
So that was not fun.
Were they different departments?
No.
Same department?
One was the boss of another. So.
Oh.
So.
Point proven.
So our last question would be, how far will you sacrifice your career opportunities for, like example, an office relationship?
I think it depends on how far along my career is and how old I am.
Okay.
So if I'm just starting out in my career, I wouldn't sacrifice it because it will be more risky. But if I'm really very far, it will mean also that I'm old and desperate lah. Right? Yes, I will sacrifice.
Don't reach the point where you're old and desperate, okay? Still got me. Oh my god, so funny.
Oh, I think it would take a lot for me to sacrifice career. But I think mine's the opposite. If I'm just starting out my career, the more I will like not care. And I will just like, okay, if I really like someone, then okay lah, Because at that age, you are actually kind of like experimenting. But it depends on whether or not I'm really serious in that specific company, not so much of the industry. Like if I plan to stay in a company for like 10 years, for example, then
not really.
Then yeah.
I think I'd be quite bothered if I had to choose. I don't think it's fair to me. So I would question why I had to choose lah, and I'd push back against that. So I don't think I'd sacrifice either.
Oh wow.
I'll try. That's what I say. But
what if the company is really like not tolerant of it?
Then I will give in. No more pushback. I'll give in to
the
company.
The company.
Oh, okay.
Or I'll keep it on the down low. We'll do a discretion thing. Yeah. Makes it more exciting anyway.
Wow,
Yeah.
pantry love. But if it's like long term and you really see a freaking long future ahead with the person, you want to marry the person, right? Another job lor. If you really wish to sacrifice, I think sometimes love is more important than like more material things.
So today we talked about office relationships.
And the key takeaway is that it depends on your company culture, your colleagues involved, and how desperate you are.
So if you guys have any opinions on office relationships, feel free to leave it in the comments and let us know what else to talk about next time.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Bye!